Kazakhstan. The name itself sounds like an adventure. It's a land of vast steppes, modern cities, and ancient traditions. I set myself a challenge. Could I live here for a month on just $600, $20 a day? People thought I was crazy, but for me, this was about more than saving money. I wanted to connect, to live like a local, not just pass through as a tourist. This was a test of resourcefulness and spirit, a leap into the unknown. I believe the best travel happens outside your comfort zone. A tight budget forces creativity and real connection. Instead of hotels, you find homestays. Instead of restaurants, you discover street food. My first moments in Almaty were a mix of excitement and anxiety. The city, surrounded by snow-capped mountains, felt both welcoming and daunting. My wallet was thin, and every decision mattered. I took the public bus from the airport, a small victory that saved money and immersed me in local life. 30 days, a massive country, and a budget that demanded careful planning. I wanted to see Astana's futuristic architecture, ride horses on the steppe, and share meals in remote villages. This journey was about understanding a culture from the inside. It was about collecting stories, not souvenirs. I invite you to join me. Let's see Kazakhstan through my eyes. Let's discover how a small budget can lead to the biggest adventures. The adventure began. Let's see what this incredible country has in store. Living on $20 a day in Kazakhstan required a plan. Accommodation was my biggest expense, so I found a room in a shared apartment for $200 a month. My roommates became my first local friends, teaching me Russian words and where to find the best deals. Food was next. Eating out would drain my budget, so I shopped at the Green Bazaar and cooked simple meals. Street food like samsa cost less than $1, keeping my food budget to $5 to $7 a day. Public transport was cheap. A bus ride cost less than 25 cents. I used a transport card to explore Almaty, and for longer trips, I took overnight trains and shared taxis. Traveling became part of the adventure, sharing tea, playing cards, and watching the steppe roll by. For entertainment, I relied on free parks, museums, and hiking in the mountains. I spent afternoons walking through neighborhoods, taking photos, and soaking in daily life. The best experiences were often free: sunsets, conversations, and simple joys. My budget forced me to be creative, but it also made every day an adventure. I learned that you don't need much money to experience the richness of a place. Kazakhstan's affordability surprised me at every turn. With careful planning, $20 a day was enough. The real value was in the connections I made. That's how far a dollar can go. The true magic of Kazakhstan is in its people. One afternoon, lost in Almaty, a babushka led me to a hidden bakery and bought me fresh bread. Simple acts of kindness became the heart of my journey. In a village near Shymkent, a family invited me for dinner, sharing Beshbarmak, bread, and endless tea. We communicated with smiles and gestures, exchanging stories beyond language. Kazakhstan's culture blends nomadic traditions and modern life. I witnessed a wedding procession with dombra music and watched khokpar, a wild horseback sport. These weren't tourist shows, this was real life. I learned to make kurt, salty cheese, with a grandmother who shared stories of her nomadic childhood. These moments of connection, sharing food, skills, and stories, are what make travel meaningful. The hidden gems of Kazakhstan are its people and their traditions. It's a privilege to witness living culture up close. The country's heart beats in these small, unforgettable exchanges. That's what truly defines a place. Kazakhstan's nightlife surprised me. In Almaty, I found hidden bars where artists and travelers mixed, dancing to electronic beats and folk melodies. But the wildest nights were in nature. I took a marshrutka to Charon Canyon, hiked through red rock formations, and camped under a sky blazing with stars. The Milky Way was brighter than I'd ever seen. At Altyn Emel National Park, I climbed the Singing Dune and felt the earth hum beneath my feet. The view from the top was endless sand and mountains. I slid down the dune as it sang, a sound I felt in my chest. I stayed in a village guest house listening to rangers' stories. Near Kandy Lake, I lived with shepherds, herding sheep on horseback and learning to ride Cossack style. Evenings were spent in a yurt, drinking kumis and sharing laughter. These wild adventures connected me to the land and its people. Life here is about freedom, tradition, and respect for nature. The real Kazakhstan is found far from city lights. That's where the magic lives. Traveling Kazakhstan on a budget is possible if you're smart and flexible. Learn a few Russian or Kazakh phrases. It opens doors and earns respect. Use local transport. Yandex, go for city rides, overnight trains for long distances and marshrutkas for short trips. Book the cheapest train carriage, Platskart, for a social, authentic experience. Eat where locals eat. Busy Stolovaya canteens and street vendors. Shop at bazaars for snacks and cook your own meals if you can. Flexibility is key. Some of my best experiences were unplanned. Say yes to invitations and follow local tips. Don't overplan, leave room for spontaneity. The best adventures often happen when you let go of your itinerary. Be open to change and trust the journey. Budget travel isn't about sacrifice, it's about discovery. Kazakhstan rewards curiosity and flexibility. With the right mindset, every day is an opportunity. That's the real secret. If I had to describe Kazakhstan in one word, it would be warmth. This warmth is in the hearts of its people. In Kazakh culture, a guest is a gift from God. Hospitality is a way of life. I felt it everywhere, from shopkeepers offering candy to families inviting me for meals. When my bus broke down, a stranger drove me hours out of his way, refusing payment. "You are a guest in our country. It is my duty to help you," he said. The warmth is in small moments. A smile on the bus, patience at the market, a helping hand. People looked out for me, making me feel safe and welcome. Kazakh hospitality has deep nomadic roots. Travelers were always welcomed and cared for. The authenticity of this culture is its greatest treasure. Traditions are real, not staged for tourists. Kazakhstan is a place where old and new coexist, tied together by kindness. The warmth of its people transforms a trip into an unforgettable experience. It's why I fell in love with this country. That's the soul of Kazakhstan. My month in Kazakhstan is over, but the journey isn't. I started with a challenge, $600, and left with a heart full of gratitude. A small budget didn't limit my experience, it deepened it. The greatest riches in travel are moments of human connection. Your support makes these stories possible. Thank you for being part of this adventure. I encourage you to start your own journey, even if it's just exploring a new place nearby. You don't need to be rich or fearless, just curious and open. The world is bigger and kinder than we imagine. Let's keep exploring together. The world is waiting.